The Legend of the Lost Keys by Jim Eldridge. Chapter 1. The Box. Mark and Lisa Astor were twins. They were staying with their great-uncle George for 2 weeks. They stayed with great-uncle George every summer. Usually their mother stayed with them, but this year she had to look after their grandfather. He had just come out of hospital after an operation. George lived in a big old house in a park. Mark and Lisa liked staying with him. When the 2 children arrived, George introduced them to a girl called Erica, who worked at the park. Mark and Lisa had met her the year before. They were just about to have lunch when there was a knock at the door. An important-looking man was standing there. This was Sir Derek Janus. With him was another man called Professor Waters and a woman called Dr. Burns. Sir Derek Janus had a court order to allow him to search the park. He was looking for a Roman box. Professor Waters spotted an old building. It was covered in ivy and leaves. George, Mark, Lisa, and Erica were forced to watch as the 3 people began to search inside the old building. They found a box. There were some pictures on the lid of the box. Professor Waters said they were Roman pictures. This was the box that Janus had been looking for. Janus and Professor Waters loaded the box into a van. They took the box away. George looked worried. Erica went back to work in the park. George asked the 2 children to come into the house. He had something to tell them. That box is more than just a box, George told them. It's a doorway into another world, a world called Heritron. The box was locked shut and hidden under the ground nearly 2,000 years ago by someone called the Guardian. To make sure it would never be found, he built that old building over it. Since then, one person from every generation has taken over the job of guarding the box. I am the latest Guardian. Mark and Lisa were amazed. "Why did the Guardian lock the box?" asked Lisa. "To stop the people who live on Heritron from coming through to here," said George. "Why?" asked Mark. Mark did not believe what George was telling them. He thought George was making up a story. Because the people who rule Heritron are the takers. Heritron depends on machines for everything, for light, for power. Long ago, the takers used the doorway to come through and take children as slaves to work the machines. They need more slaves because their machines are beginning to break down. They want to come through again and take more children. "Now they've found the box, they will open it," said Lisa. "Luckily, it's not that easy," said George. "The box can only be opened using 3 keys that were hidden in Roman times. Whoever finds the keys can open the box. We have to find the keys first to stop it being opened by anyone else." "How can we find the keys?" asked Mark. "What do they look like?" "They look like the pictures that were on the lid of the box," said George. "I can't remember what the pictures looked like," said Lisa. "Nor can I," said Mark. "Then let's go and take a look," said George. "I'll bring a camera, and we'll take photos of them." That night, George, Mark, and Lisa went to Professor Waters' workshop. They found an open window and crept into the workshop. They found the box. George was just taking photographs of the lid of the box when a voice yelled out, "Caught you!"